inside Tiberius's island of terror, a place where beauty and cruelty lived side by side. By the year 26 CE, Emperor Tiberius, ruler of the Roman world, left the marble palaces of Rome and vanished to the rocky island of Capri. From afar, Capri looked like paradise. Cliffs dropping into turquoise waters, hidden grottos glowing in the sunlight. But behind those cliffs, away from the Senate, away from the people, Tiberius built a secret world, a world where power had no limits, and the vulnerable had no escape. High on the eastern cliffs stood Villa Jovis, a palace fortress nearly 1,200 feet above the sea. Surrounded on three sides by sheer drop-offs, it was nearly impossible to reach, and even harder to leave. Here, Tiberius ruled Rome from a distance, sending orders through messengers, while his trusted commander, Sejanus, tightened control in the capital. But Villa Jovis was more than just a fortress of power. It was a stage for secrecy. Inside its walls, Tiberius could indulge impulses hidden from the eyes of the world. Capri was no longer a retreat. It was transformation. Far from the markets of Rome and the provinces of the empire, children were chosen. Some enslaved through conquest, others sold, and perhaps even some offered as tokens of loyalty. They were taken quietly, moved across the waters under the cover of night. The ships sailed from Misenum, carrying what the emperor demanded: youth, beauty, and silence. Once on Capri, these children had no names, no family, no law to protect them. They were swallowed by the sea, arriving in a place where obedience meant survival and resistance meant death. Suetonius, the Roman historian, described them mockingly as little fish, boys and girls trained to amuse the emperor. They were taught to sing, to dance, to act out mythical scenes in hidden grottos and marble halls. At Sperlonga and Capri, the walls were decorated with statues of gods and monsters, while the emperor dined and watched. What seemed like theater was humiliation disguised as art. For the children, there was no applause, no escape. Their world was performance, their silence demanded. And every smile they were forced to give hid a fear too deep for words. Capri was not only a palace of pleasures, it was also an execution ground. Suetonius tells us of the Tiberian Leap, a place where prisoners, attendants, even enslaved children who disobeyed were hurled from the cliffs. Their bodies smashed on the rocks below, and marines waited with oars and hooks to ensure no one survived. Life on Capri balanced on the emperor's mood. Beauty, loyalty, even innocence could not guarantee safety. A single mistake, a word spoken out of turn, could mean a silent fall into the sea, erased forever beneath the shadow of the villa. Capri, an island of beauty turned into an island of terror. For Tiberius, it was a sanctuary of power, but for those taken there, it was a prison without escape. The echoes of their suffering remind us of the dangers of absolute power, the way it can twist paradise into cruelty. As the waves still crash against the cliffs of Capri today, they carry whispers of those forgotten lives, voices that history almost erased. And now, as you close your eyes, may those voices rest, and may you drift into peace, far away from the shadows of empire. Good night.